Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here. Mr. Bader? Here. Mr. Gardner? Here. Mr. Hanlon? Here. Mrs. Kenny?
Here.
Mr. Moore?
Here.
Mr. Nagel? Mr. Brooks?
Here.
Mr. Stinger? Here. Mr. Wallace? Here. Mr. Watson? Here. The minutes were sent out with your packets. Any questions on the minutes provided? If not, I recommend you vote to approve the minutes. So moved. There. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Treasurer? Also your packets. We'll start with the financial summary. General fund balance at the month end was $6,469,925.70. Bond retirement, $2,687.50. Cafeteria fund is at $6,140.12. Our capital project funds, $1,109,421.58. We had a month-end total for the month of March of $7,945,004 or $641.70. Disbursements for the month were $728,542.32. And also included was your investment report. Investments for the month was interest for the month was $25,623.56. Fiscal year to date, $287,874.84. He also has some disposals there. Most of that stuff is old and has no longer operates, except for the light pack AEDs, which were traded in for our new ones out here. Any questions on the above items? Not, I recommend the board to approve items A through D.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, a couple of things. First, I'd like to start with students of the month for March. At the Belmont Career Center, 9th grade, Cameron Tinsley, construction trades from Martins Ferry. 10th grade, Carson Sausage, carpentry, Union Local. 11th grade, Gracie Jones, dental assisting from Shady Side. 12th grade, Savannah Schaefer, hospitality and tourism, Martins Ferry. At the Harrison Career Center, 9th grade, Haley Wood, construction trades. 10th grade, Michelle Hall, hospitality. 11th grade, Jason Renneker, visual graphics. 12th grade, Mackenzie Garbrandt, ag mechanics. So congratulations to our March students of the month in both career centers. Also in front of you, you should have separate pages, one from the Belmont, one for the Harrison Career Center third time grading period. Both the honor roll and the principal's list. Students are doing a tremendous job. Usually third quarter, we see some letdowns, but we want to congratulate all those students on their academic achievements for the third quarter. You also have a copy of a thank you card that was sent to the Administration Board of Education from Debbie Hawthorne, the other skills advisors, and the students who went to state skills competition in March. We had one student place second, and he did well. So congratulations to those students, and they obviously sent their thanks for allowing them to participate in. You should have invitations for the certificate ceremonies next month. Belmont is Monday, May 19th at 6:30. We will have our May board meeting that same night at the Eco Center, starting at 5 p.m. It'll be an hour earlier start, so we can conclude and go down to the certificate ceremony. And then the Harrison Career Center ceremony is the following week on Wednesday, May 28th, and that also begins at 6:30. And last, I gave a brief update on the past year, but I want to let you know that on this morning's admin meeting, we did the enrollment projections for next year. Right now, we have signed up for next school year at Belmont 451 and Harrison 98. Now, obviously, as I always state, that there will be students that don't show up, change their mind, but this is one of the largest sign-up numbers we've had before. Right now, we're at 340. I think we started the year. Sign up would be anticipate like 410, 415. So programs are making strides, and we have many programs in both centers that are full. So we're trying to fill those that still have vacancies. That's all I have right now. Okay. Next up, it reports I have Mr. Bailey, principal from the Harrison Career Center.
Thank you, James. I'm just gonna go through some of the highlights from the years of different activities that we've done out at the Harrison Career Center. I want to touch on safety, enrollment, attendance, discipline. Wrapping up my first year there. It's hard to believe. Seems like just a month ago, I was sitting in there being introduced to the principal. We're almost through the first school year already. As far as our students go, we have an outstanding group of students out there. We really do. We had 13 seniors currently on work release, early work release. Our construction students and welding students have worked on and received OSHA certifications. We had some students receive forklift certifications. 2 of our welders competed in the recent Wheel and Iron Workers Local 549 welding competition. Hospitality, just a week ago, took 3 students to the SCCLA conference in Columbus. Construction trades has toured the new Harrison County Jail during its construction and recently visited the Northeast Ohio Carpentry Training Center. Our ag mechanic students competed in a variety of competitions this year and did extremely well. On the tractor troubleshooting contest, the online test, as a school, we placed first out of 137 schools. In the district, we were first out of 11 teams. In the states, we were third out of 20 teams. At the Ag Mechanic Skills District, we were second out of 9 teams. And at the state, fifth out of 20 teams. On the outdoor power online test, we were 7th out of 116 schools. At the district, we were first out of 9 teams, and at the state, 12th out of 20 teams. We had 2 individuals score extremely well on that tractor troubleshooting online test. Paul Eschler, a senior, was 5th out of 819 students who took the test, and Philip Arball was 1st out of 819 students.
So we had 2 in the top 5.
Yes. So they did very, very well. Our staff, I've gotten to know our staff over the course of the year, and I can honestly say we have a group that genuinely cares, shows concern for our kids. Now, I know there's better teachers out there. I know that. Okay? But I'm a strong believer in the fact that the education today, some of the kids that we deal with, some of the problems that they have, what we get in, you have teachers that show level of concern and care for the students like ours do at Harrison. I go a long way. So there might be better teachers out there, okay, as far as methods or even knowledge of the subject area and so on. When it comes to dealing with kids, I think ours out at Harrison Career Center are top notch. I wouldn't believe that. As far as some activities that we've done throughout the year, we had an open house at the beginning of the year. We had an open school-wide picnic, cookout for our kids. We had a Halloween candy handout, which I personally did. Went around every classroom, every kid, and made sure everybody got something. Veterans Day presentation. Our state clean club had a pizza party, our faculty Christmas luncheon, student Christmas luncheon. We've done PBIS coffee and donuts for our kids on 2 occasions. We give out our PBIS quarterly awards and recognition, Student of the Month awards. We had our hands-on day and freshman visitation day. We had Easter student luncheon. Our state clean club put on an Easter bunny hop for all the kids in the area. That was a huge success. We did our NTHS induction ceremony this past Friday. We're planning an end of the school year school-wide picnic and cookout again. We'll have some like cornhole competition, things like that go on associated with that. That'll be coming up on May 16th. As far as safety goes, we've conducted fire drills and tornado drills as mandated by the state. Our school resource officer, Deputy Seth Saylor, does a tremendous job. He is constantly in the hallways, monitoring things, checking the doors, patrolling the outside of the building. Between him and myself, we have a very secure building now. There's nothing that goes on anywhere inside or around our building that we're not aware of. It's taken care of immediately. We have a school-wide full-scale evacuation drill upcoming. With that, I know they did active shooter last year. We're going to do more of, we're going to do a bomb threat this year. Evacuate the kids into the safety zone, make sure everybody's accounted for. We'll have, all the area EMS zone and so forth respond to the school, and hopefully that goes smoothly. The first one that I'm doing is the first one that Deputy Saylor's doing, so hopefully it goes off without a hitch. We're going to find out. As far as enrollment goes, as Mr. Shane mentioned, this year we were at 91, or we're currently at 91 students. We're looking at 98 students next year. Attendance as a whole, at least what I've been told, okay, by our secretary, Angela Kosky, that it is improved. And we only had to have 3 students placed on attendance intervention plans, and we only had 1 mediation this year when we won. Discipline, once the students got to know me a little bit, they know I can be tough, but they know I'm also fair. So, we're going to look at each individual case, and it's handled the same across the board. There's consequences for actions and behaviors, and they understand that now. Once they saw how I operate, saw a dramatic improvement in student behavior, we've only had 65 disciplinary referrals for the entire year. So that's not too bad when you're looking at an entire school year. Of those 65, 85% of them were 55 students received and served what was requested by the teacher. The other 10, upon investigation, there were 4 cases where the student received more than what the request was. There were 6 cases where, once you complete your investigation and find out what was really going on, so on and so forth, we've reduced it a little bit. So again, that's just part of being fair. I wouldn't be doing my job in due diligence if I didn't look at each situation, each case, talk to everybody that was involved, and find out what was really of that referral. So again, I thank you all for having this opportunity this year, and God willing, I'll move forward into another year hopefully, and I'll see some more improvement on some of these areas. Thank you.
Sounds like you had your plate full to share, and it's just, I'm looking at your enthusiasm of delivering that to us, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Up next, we have a presentation, a report from High Hills Health Center from Mr. Jeff Britton. He's the CEO of High Hills Health.
Thank you, Mr. Shane, and thank you to the board for allowing me to be here this evening. End of this school year, is the end of our second year being here with the school-based health center. So I just wanted to give you, the board, some collective numbers and some what we're seeing as far as with the student body. So as a community health center, we report facts and figures to HRSA. We're required to every February 15th. It runs off of the calendar year. So at the end of calendar year 24, we had 293 individual patients assigned to the school-based health center. Vast majority of those are students, but there are some faculty members and family members of students who are coming here for their primary medical and dental care.
On the medical side, what we're seeing mostly as far as acute illnesses, urinary tract infections, COVID symptoms, flu symptoms, ear infections. The common chronic problems, the two most prevalent is depression and asthma. Shelby, our nurse practitioner, reports a large part of her job is education, but she does a lot of education to the students that come and see her on pregnancy, STI prevention, smoking cessation, medication alternatives to anxiety management. Most of these visits are a lower level type visit, but some do progress up into a middle management or upper management type of visit from a billing standpoint. Few stories she wanted to share that really shows the impact of the school-based health center here. She feels the school-based health center has become a safe place for a lot of the students. For example, she states you have one student who is really struggling with depression. We were able to start him on a treatment plan that he has really benefited from, and now he comes in regularly just to say hi, and his whole demeanor has changed dramatically. Another student with chronic absenteeism struggles to stay in school because of his asthma. Reliable transportation has been a huge barrier for him to seek medical care outside the school. The clinic has allowed him to get treatment while at school, so he doesn't need to leave. And so those are kind of some of the examples on the medical side of what we're seeing over the last calendar year as far as acute type visits and more chronic related problems. On the dental side, Dr. Bauer, similar situation. Sees a lot of dental decay and infection, tooth abscesses and gum disease. A lot of the students report they can't remember the last time they've been to the dentist. And they feel very unfortunate that there's a dentist here at the school. Because most of the students who see Dr. Bauer for dentistry have not seen a dentist outside of the school. Many of them have anxiety related to going to the dentist. So the school gives her a nice atmosphere to build the student's confidence, and by starting small, filling easy cavities and building up to the more complex fillings. They only miss class a minimal of 45 to 60 minutes versus missing a half a day or a whole day traveling outside of the school to seek dental care. Another thing she's found interesting, there's a handful of students who are 18 and they are of legal age, so they decided to sign the paperwork to become a patient and seek their own dental care. She said the common thread there is between those students, they've told their parents the last few years, I've got tooth pain, I think I really need to go see a dentist. But their parents report that they either can't afford to see the dentist or don't have the ability to take them. So these students, if they're of age, they decided to seek out their dental care. They really seem grateful to now be in charge of their own health as an adult and are excited to make their own appointments. The other thing Dr. Bauer mentioned, she wanted me to pass on, that she really feels there's a need to do some dental screenings throughout the whole student body here, because of what she's seeing is a higher, more severe level of dental decay in the high school age population. She feels that that's probably, expands out to the rest of the population. She felt like there would be some benefit to just do some education or do some examination of the rest of the students. But obviously didn't want to proceed with that unless there was support from the board. She had a lot of the students that she's encountering consequently lack some basic dental hygiene knowledge, proper way to brush teeth and time you should brush your teeth and things of that nature. So she feels that there are students who may not be coming to see her as a patient could benefit from some education on dental hygiene. Happy to report we recently received a $30,000 grant to purchase a Panorex X-ray machine. If you're not familiar with that, it's an X-ray that moves from one side of your head to the other and does a full image of every tooth in your mouth. And so we'll be installing that here later this year at this location. just in summary, really happy to be here. As a community health center, we really pride ourselves on providing care to the underserved population. And, these stories that we hear from our providers really line up with our mission and vision of providing care to individuals who may not get it elsewhere. So we're really excited about being here. We're thankful for the board for allowing us to be here. If there's any questions, I'd be more happy to answer your questions.
Two quick. One, you said 293 was just. Now, is that permanent, like permanent patients, or does it include people that have just come in when they have something during the school day? Or those permanent assignments?
Yeah, those are permanent patients. So those are patients who have elected to become
Full-time.
a patient of the school-based health center and recognize it as their medical home, so to speak.
And how does that compare to year one?
Year one, and we didn't have a full school year under our belt. So we had about 178, I believe. So
it's
about 100 patient per year increase. And we know that at some point in time, that number will plateau out.
you run out of
Yeah,
leads.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
But again, we're really excited to be here and providing care to the students and their families who may not be able.
Our allied health and dental system program, they be tied in with you.
Yes, and I was having a conversation with the individuals at my table earlier this evening. Part of our mission and vision, half of it is to provide medical and dental behavioral health care to individuals who can't afford it. Other half of that is educate the next generation of workforce. And because, since COVID, I'm sure all of you have experienced there's a shortage of everyone. We have a hard time hiring dental assistants, medical assistants, LPNs. So as we continue our relationship with the Career Center, we want to work with your allied health programs, your dental programs. I've had a private conversation with Crystal Warner from your pharmacy tech. Her and I used to work together at Barnesville Hospital. So we're opening up a pharmacy later this year. So we've already started those internal conversations, but what I will tell the board is we're more than happy to be a partner in your allied health programs.
What about the district-wide or the building-wide dental screenings? I mean, I'm assuming, are you able to run that through the child's insurance? Or is there, you said if the board supported it, I guess what I was wondering is what kind of financial effect that would have for an entire student body to get.
That would be a cost that we would cover ourselves. As a federally funded nonprofit, that's kind of what we would do is we would provide that cost. We just didn't want, we know we need to work with someone here to be able to schedule that. But this was an observation that Dr. Bauer noticed that a lot of the students who are coming in seeking dental care are, being of high school age or lacking some knowledge in basic dental hygiene. And she feels that may be amongst the rest of the student population. So some education and some screenings, it would be hands off, but just something that would need to be the logistics.
Yeah, my day-to-day job, we usually see about 350 to 400 kids a year, and I would say 90% of those kids all have dental issues. At some point, to severe.
I'm glad you're here.
We're glad to be here.
We're reaching, I think our goal is to reach kids that didn't have the care, and I think we're doing that. Those numbers, yeah, some of those stories.
Yeah. And this will be our first summer that we're open all summer long, Monday through Thursday. So we'll be getting that word out to our patients if they can come here, or school-based health center patients if they can come here during the summer and seek care. And Dr. Bauer talked recently with Mr. Shane. She has a number of dental patients who's graduating this year and have not completed their dental plan. So she asked if those graduating students come back here and be seen. And Mr. Shane agreed with that. So we're very thankful for that. So.
You also reminded me that I forgot to call my dentist this morning. So I'll do that tomorrow.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it very much.
Okay, under legislative, I'm going to Zanesville next week with regional committee that I'm serving on. And we'll just see what else is being thrown on our plates, because last couple of months, we're getting about all we can handle. Also, I'd like to say that I attended the Technical Honor Society at both schools this past week. And those kids are on it when it comes to those awards. I mean, they help each other. I've noticed the tendency at Harrison is that bunch over there is so tight knit that if one would stumble, someone is in there immediately picking them up, helping them up, giving them the word they've missed. It's really something nice to watch. So I just want to tell you, both schools, it was phenomenal what you've done. That's all I can do.
Item 7, employment recommendations. We have a resignation request. Accept the resignation request of hired Todd Chris, maintenance custodial at Harrison Career Center effective April 11th, 2025. Todd found other employment that didn't entail the dirty part of being a custodian maintenance person. So at a substantial pay raise. So he left us. So I recommend Board of Education approve agenda item 7.
So moved that we accept that
Okay. Second, Jerry, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Item 8, A and B, contracts and other Board of Education business under donations. Accept the following monetary donations to the Harrison Career Center's Stay and Clean Club. $100 from Abra View Farms, Inc. of Jewett. $50 from Kirkland Bar Funeral Home of Caddis. $50 from Harco Media Solutions of New Athens. $100 from Tom and Deborah County of Caddis. $200 from Mike Schutz, State Farm Insurance, St. Clairsville. $50 from Stahl Trucking Excavation LLC of Scio. $50 from Woody's Tree Service LLC of Tippecanoe. $75 from Woodsville Savings Bank of Caddis. Accept the donation of hygiene items from Tri-County Health Center of St. Clairs, Ohio, to a student in need at Belmont Career Center. And under B, workers' compensation group rating program. Mark?
The workers' compensation group rating program, recommends that the district re-enroll in the Minuteman HR PPA workers' comp rating program and the unemployment support services effective 1/1/2026.
No questions. I recommend the Board of Education approve the contracts and other board agenda items, agenda item 8, A and B.
I move that we accept A, B.
Okay, have a motion, Mr. Stinger, second. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
You ready? Mr. Faber, we have a need to go into executive
Okay,
session.
I'd like to have a motion to go into executive session, please.
So moved.
Thanks. Jason, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. We'll go into executive session.